Hi guys, as you can see, I'm on TCI, and I just want to remind you that you go to Google Classroom for that link. And once you get on here, you need to make sure that you're signed in as a student. So it'll have a teacher sign in and a student sign in. Make sure you click on the right at the top at student sign in. Then you will have to put my email in, which is peytonh@swpark.k12.in.us. Then your username, which is your last name, first initial, and your password, which is 123456. Once you get on there, I believe you will see a table of contents. And when you see that table of contents, you are going to scroll down to Civil War, which is number 21. You can see it on my screen. I'm on the Civil War introduction page. Something that I want to remind you about is that will help you guys with questions, because it seems like sometimes after we listen to reading and we get down to the questions, you totally forgot what we read. So a little tip for you is to read questions before we start the reading. So when you log in, just go straight to the questions and read them before I push play and we start listening. So the questions that are on this intro page are: how might real Civil War soldiers have felt marching off to war, and why? The second question says, how do you think civilians watching the parade might have felt, and why? The question asks, as the war progressed, how might the key events and battles have affected or changed the way soldiers and civilians felt? And then you will go into on what we're doing for the day. You may end up with headphones in and listening to this yourself, or you may end up listening to it as a class. But remember, you do have a blue star right here that you can click. Yes, and main ideas, if you notice, it just popped up. All the main ideas are showing up in blue. For example, first paragraph. Early in 1861, representatives from 6 of the 7 states that had seceded from the Union met to form a new nation called the Confederate States of America. As you know, what we were reading prior to this, there was a lot of issues between free states and slave states, and the Northerners and the Southerners, and there was some really terrible fighting going on between them, where Southerners were very angry at Northerners because they were taking, they felt as if they were having their property stripped from them, and the Northerners did not care about that because the Northerners felt that slavery was wrong. The Southerners felt as if that was their property, and they didn't want to get rid of their property. And so this caused a lot of friction between the two, and this is where we go into Civil War. Civil War is when people within the same country are fighting against each other. So since you guys have been alive, we hear about war with other countries that are overseas. And that's kind of what you guys think war is, but it also can happen within the country with the same people because of different opinions about things. And this is what happened in 1861 between the North and the South. So as we read, you'll understand more about why and how this happened and where it happened. So I am going to shut this video off so we can get started.